What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into CHGO Bulls podcast. Coming to you live from our studios here in the West Loop, downtown Chicago. Rockin' Studio B today.
Yeah.
I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck on Twitter. Big Dave, bow, BWL Sports.
Bow.
Our pal and producer, Joey Spathis, on the controls. He's at Joey Spathis.
Joey 1.2K.
Hey, we're CHGO_Bulls. Thursday afternoon, Thursday early evening.
Yes.
On the cusp of All-Star Weekend.
Oh, the cusp. That's one of my favorite words. Cusp.
You ready for All-Star Weekend?
I'm so ready. I'm always ready for All-Star Weekend. I'm one of those people who complain about it when it's not happening, and then when it gets here, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to watch it. And then I watch it, and I'm disappointed, but I don't care. I'm going to watch it again next year.
Exactly. We'll touch on a few of the interesting things All-Star Weekend, what's coming up.
Oh, damn,
and then spend the back end of the episode kind of assessing where the Bulls stand at the All-Star break. 55 games into their 82-game season.
Okay.
Some highs, some lows, biggest storylines, and where we want to see this team go from here. Throw us any comments or questions you have regarding the All-Star break assessment of where the Bulls stand. Our team, let's talk about it. Before that, quickly worth mentioning, because this news just broke a little short while ago before we went live, Adrian Wojnarowski tweeting that free agent forward Danilo Gallinari plans to sign with the Bucks. His agent tells ESPN chose the Bucks over a few contenders because of the opportunity to play a role in Doc Rivers' frontline rotation. Worth at least mentioning because Gallinari's name was on that list of potential Bulls buyout targets that our guy Will the Goat made, and we discussed earlier, what was it, Tuesday's episode this week. So I think like a few of the better, perhaps more usable this season and more usable for a playoff run, potentially names on that list, were outside shots for the Bulls to get their, to garner interest because they, would you rather go make a playoff run with the Bucks or hang out with the Bulls for March and April?
Yeah. Can't be mad at his decision. Hey, Julia. It was between, from what I was reading, it was between the Bucks and the Clippers. So those are both teams that have championship aspirations. So I can't front a veteran player for saying, hey, I would like to be on the best team that can afford me maybe getting myself a championship or at least a deep playoff run. It seemed these past few years he was on some teams that weren't having those aspirations. Atlanta, OKC, even though OKC is rebuilding, it's not a championship aspiration team.
Right.
Not even this year, even though them being so good this year, them making a championship would be a surprise. You know what I mean? It'll be like, whoa, we a championship team? But yeah, he wants to get with the veterans, like you said, have an opportunity to play and see what he still has left. I'm interested to see exactly that. And of course, Detroit. He was on Detroit. Oh God. So I'm interested to see what he still has left. Like, what can he offer a team like the Milwaukee Bucks right about now? He says he's excited about playing in this Doc Rivers offense and showing what he can do in his front court offense right here. I'm curious about what he can do, because it's not like I've been sitting watching Gallinari tape. So I don't know if he still got his thing or if he still got his shot or how's he looking, but it was enough for teams to be clamoring for him. So
clearly feels like he still needs to make that playoff run with a top Eastern contender. Yeah. Because that was his plan with Boston. Yeah. And then, the ACL happens.
Yeah, that was tough.
Hopefully hopefully he can come back and play a meaningful role for a playoff bound team.
You should have never did Christopher Walken for Devin.
Devin in the comments, who'd be a great buyout candidate?
Who is
Christopher Walken?
A buyout.
I don't know. Is he NBA eligible? I
don't know. It's true.
He's got height. He's got size.
Devin was so excited for that yesterday when he brought it out. He talked about it the entire show. He wanted more and more. And here you are, sir, getting more, Big D. This is how you're getting it, my friend.
Open Pandora's box. Okay, let's quickly touch on All-Star Weekend that we have ahead of us before diving into some Bulls stuff. same, routine. You got the Celebrity Game Friday that nobody cares about.
I'm gonna watch it.
Legit, I think the only name I recognize other than the coaches. Because I think like Shannon Sharp is a coach and Stephen A is a coach.
Stephen A is the other coach. But that's the reason you don't care about it. You don't know what celebrities are in it.
Yeah, so I recognized Meta World Peace's name.
Okay.
Shout out Bulls legend Ron Arturas.
Yes.
And I scanned, but I was like, nope. Not a celebrity. I don't know who these people are.
There are a couple of TikTokers and, YouTube influencers in there as well. So
the Talk Tickers?
The Talk Tickers are representing, man. They're going to be in there doing their thing.
Cool.
So I'm excited to watch. I like that stuff. Like, I just like watching anything that's related.
I enjoyed it when it was actual celebrities who I recognized who could maybe ball a little bit.
When did you stop recognizing celebrities?
2004. That was the peak of my adolescence. So as a senior in high school. Knew who the musicians were.
That's what I'm about to say. Like, your music and your celebrity stuff stopped at about the mid 2000, like 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
Everything just kind of stops for you.
Yeah. So then, because then I went off to college.
Yes.
I stopped paying attention to pop culture.
Sure.
I was too busy studying and getting, good grades.
Getting
is what I was
grades.
going to say.
That's right.
Not getting messed up.
So just reading it for you. On Shannon's team, it's Michael Parsons. You know Michael Parsons.
Oh, Micah Parsons, the NFL player.
Michael Parsons.
Okay. Yeah.
Connor Daly.
Nope.
Actor Quincy Isaiah.
Sure.
Okay. Joel Lloyd. That's WNBA All-Star.
Okay.
Kai Sinnott. Yeah. He's huge. This dude basically shut down New York one time. Dog,
okay.
Just for being out there. Like, he's a YouTuber.
He is big now, yeah.
He's pretty big. Dylan Wang.
Yeah.
Lily Singh.
Yeah.
Sir. That's TDE. Shout out.
Inglewood, sir.
Yes, sir. Walker Hayes, who is a country singer.
Definitely no.
And
is he related to Walker Kessler Ranger?
Oh, he only could wish.
Rising Stars participant.
Anul AA. I don't know who that is. That's a Latin singer. I'm not familiar.
Come on.
But on Stephen A's team.
Get Enrique. Get Ricky.
He's like 80.
Get Shakira.
Well, yeah, I can't argue that.
Yeah, get Shakira.
Stephen A. Hips don't lie. Jennifer Hudson.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's a real celebrity.
Okay. EGOT. Shout out Chicago.
Hell yeah.
Meta World Peace.
That's my guy.
Okay. Jack Ryan. Basketball entertainer Jack Ryan. Okay, we'll move on. AJ McLean is a singer.
Okay.
All right.
If you say so.
You'll know this one. CJ Stroud.
Hey, football.
There you go.
He's good at throwing footballs.
Chef Kwame Onwuchi. I'm destroying your name, sir.
Nah.
But I'm with you. He's a chef. That's all I know about him.
Again, celebrity game.
WNBA player Natasha Cloud.
Okay, I know that name.
Okay. Musician Adam Blackstone.
No.
An Olympic high jump champion.
Oh,
Gianmarco Tamberi.
Oh yeah, I don't go anywhere without my Gianmarco Tamberi trading card.
You should watch the NHL's All-Star version of their celebrity draft. Which was a players draft, but celebrities involved. I think you would.
Wasn't Bieber involved in that?
I think you would increase. Yes, I think it would increase your faith in the NBA and appreciation. This was literally the worst content I've ever. They had everybody mic'd up, but the entire time. So your team's not making a pick. They're still mic'd up, and they're just talking to each other. It was an absolute disaster. And so NBA, it's sort of a dumb event, but they at least know how to put it on.
Okay, who you taking in the skills challenge, Dave? We've got this kind of interesting thing they're doing now where there's 3 teams. The host city's team gets their own team for the skills challenge.
Okay.
So there's Team Pacers, which is Halliburton, Mathurin, and Miles Turner. Mm-hmm. Then you got Team Top Picks, former number 1 NBA draft picks.
Okay.
Paolo, Ant, and Wemby.
Ooh.
I like Team Top Picks.
I do too.
Then you got Team All-Stars, players who are currently All-Stars this season.
Okay.
Scotty Barnes, Maxey, and Trey.
Trent?
Trey.
Oh,
Young.
Trey.
I'm sorry. You would probably better know him as Io Dosunmu's son.
Oh, yes. Locked up by the warden.
Yes, sir.
Still need my warden graphic. I can't go against that Wemby, Ant, and Paolo team. That's just ridiculous.
Official comments just said Ant's team.
That's ridiculous. But it's a skills challenge, so it's about speed and kind of getting around those corners. So maybe the smaller team with the actual point guard could be the problem, which is the Indiana Pacers, because those are two guards that they're going to have out there. So, honestly, I'm going to go with the Pacers. They got the true point guard in Halliburton, and then having another guard in Mathurin.
Having Halliburton on your team for a skills competition, watching the way Hallie's playing this season. Yeah. We just saw that man pull a Coby like 3 days ago.
And turned it into a
threw the ball, whipped the ball off the backboard to himself from behind the 3-point line, and then dimed it for a corner three. I mean,
skill.
That's skills challenge.
Skills.
Okay, who you taking in the 3-point contest?
Coby White. Go ahead.
Would love to.
Yes.
Malik Beasley, Jalen Brunson, Halliburton again.
Okay.
Dude's doing everything. Dame, defending champion, by the way.
An odds-on favorite.
Our old friend Lowry. Donovan Mitchell, who we just saw last night. Towns and Trey again.
Lowry.
Yes. I mean,
going Lowry.
Who am I rooting for?
Yeah.
Let me watch our old guy Lowry.
Going Lowry, man.
Get that 3-point contest.
I think he's got a vengeance this time.
If we couldn't root for Coby, or Dalen Terry, who also clearly should have been in the 3-point contest.
Clearly, had you seen the form?
What was the selection committee doing?
Listen, I think Lowry this time because he doesn't have the weight on him. The last time he was an All-Star starter is his first time. Being in the All-Star game, carrying the entire state of Utah, and some of us from Chicago, carrying him on his back. But now this time, he's not an All-Star, even though he should have been. He's been balling. But now he can just focus on this 3-point contest.
Wasn't the game in Utah? Was it in Utah last
It was in Utah.
So
a lot of pressure on him, man.
Extra pressure.
A lot of pressure on the young fellas. So that's not on him this time. I'm going to go with my man Lowry.
Okay. I'm rooting for Lowry, but who wins it?
Yeah.
You know what? Give me Jalen.
Okay.
Jalen Brunson.
All right.
Dude's just having an awesome season.
Shout out.
I hate that it's with the Knicks.
Can't stand it.
But
hate it all.
Can't deny it.
To the core.
Dude's having a great season.
He is.
The new fun thing the NBA's trying All-Star Weekend is the sort of continuation, but its own separate thing of 3-point contests. Steph Curry versus Sabrina Ionescu. Basically same format as the 3-point contest itself. I was reading through the format earlier today. But so it's just Steph versus Sabrina. They each are playing for their respective charities for a donation, which is great. 4 ball racks instead of 5. So instead of, corners and then at the break and then top of the key, I'm guessing they'll just, spread them out a bit more and have 4 racks. But same thing, each rack has 1 money ball, except for 1 rack is all money balls, and the contestant gets to pick which rack on the floor is the all money balls.
This is still one of the greatest moves they ever did for this contest.
Oh, yeah. They also have, they used to call it the dew ball or whatever. It's called something else now, but the 2 that are much deeper.
Yes.
That Sabrina and Steph are going to have that too.
Okay.
The 2 deep range balls that are worth even 3 points. Money balls are worth 2, right?
Okay.
Steph shoots with an NBA regulation ball from the NBA 3-point line.
Yes.
Sabrina will shoot with a WNBA regulation ball from the WNBA 3-point line.
Okie doke.
Who wins?
I mean, I can't pick against Steph. It's Steph Curry, dog.
It's like the tear he's been on recently.
Yeah,
Didn't he just set a record?
Yeah.
First player to have 4
games
straight
of
with
7+ threes. Yes, laugh when you say it because it's ridiculous. Yes, it's that dumb.
Yo, what?
That dumb. We've been in the NBA a long ass time. The NBA's been going for a minute. They probably never fathomed putting these kind of records down. 7 straight.
Straight up dumb.
Ridiculous. I can't go against the greatest shooter I've ever seen in my life.
It would be such a hype and an amazing buzz if Sabrina upsets him.
Sure.
I think that would create more headlines than Steph winning.
For me, if you asked me if this was Caitlin Clark and Steph Curry, I'd be a little hesitant in pulling for Steph and saying Steph right there because she's pulling up as soon as she gets out her car. All right, she's ridiculous.
She's got that the Javon Carter energy.
Yes, with that Denzel Valentine range, top 15.
Oh man.
Oh my God!
Shout out to Salt making in the comments. Godwin saying East versus West at its most competitive. Saying I think All-Star Game gets worse every year. Probably won't watch. So the other thing, I'm going to breeze right past the dunk contest.
Why are you breezing?
Because it sucks and it's always sucks.
Well, tell me who's in it.
Jaylen Brown, noteworthy because it's the first time in forever that a legitimate All-Star is competing in the dunk contest.
Right.
Defending champion Mac McClung who, got called into a 10-day or a 2-way or whatever for the sake of competing in the dunk contest.
Shout out to him.
One of our new least favorite players, because he's the Heat and he's good, Jaime Jaquez. And the brother of Obi Toppin I did not know existed.
Yes.
Jacob Toppin.
Yes. No, yes. I had no idea.
When I first saw the announcement, I was like, did they get Obi Toppin's name wrong? Is his name actually secretly been Jacob this whole time? Did he ask them to use his formal name?
And he plays for the Knicks. Like, that's what makes it even better. Bro, I was watching that Knicks game a week ago, and they kept saying Toppin. I thought I was going crazy. I was like, wait, did a trade happen that we didn't talk about? Why is Toppin back on the Knicks? And then I looked it up, like, oh, he's got a brother. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know who I'm going to take McClung. Why not? I'm going to take Matt McClung.
Seems like the safe
bet.
It seems like a safe bet.
He's had the best dunks of a very underwhelming stretch of dunk contests. I mean, it's crazy. I saw somebody recently posted the highlights of the LaVine Gordon years, 2015 and 16, I think, when they had just incredible dunk after incredible dunk. And,
yes.
It hasn't been that since, and I don't know if it'll ever.
What was the other one good one? 2020.
MJ versus Dominique. Yeah,
well, that was good. Not that I know. I've heard. 2020 when Aaron Gordon again versus
not Zach, but
Derrick Jones Jr. Yeah, another ball.
Yeah.
And Dwayne Wade gave him the 9.
He did. He did.
And now he's number 50.
Rob in the comments saying they've killed the dunk contest. Younger me weeps. Yeah, me too. I mean, like, it was hype when we were younger.
It was the premier event.
I'm like, I wasn't old enough to remember like the late 80s MJ Dominique ones. Obviously, I watched them after the fact, and they were incredible. But even still, like Vince Carter dunk contest, Steve Francis dunk contest, even our good old pal Lil Nate Robb doing crazy shit in the dunk contest.
Dwight Howard.
Dwight even had some great stuff.
Yeah, he did a great job.
And dude, Spud Webb.
Dude.
Yeah. I love those short kings, as they say, who make the dunk contest.
It was. I remember the 3-point contest would happen, right? And then when the dunk contest happened, that's when you would start seeing all the celebrities start filling up the arena. The lights would get a little low. All these players would come out,
Shaq
sit on
with
the
his
side.
camcorder.
Yes, man. Yes, Kevin Garnett with his. Like, it was the event. You couldn't wait to see it. And now it's the 3-point contest.
Yep.
Like, now I think you show up for that now. Like, I think that should be going last. Like, dunk contest shouldn't be going before that, dog. We don't know you. Like, we know you because we're basketball junkies. But Obi Toppin's brother is not, you know what I mean? That's top billing? I'm just saying. Come on, man.
Toppin billing?
Would you
Pack!
Would you be at all interested? Like, I honestly...
Joey Spathis didn't dunk contest?
I think, like... And I don't know how this could work. I think some sort of like you got to get some NBA players teaming up. Like, there are some unbelievable like YouTube dunkers. These that's
what they need to do.
It's become a different thing. Whereas like these guys are redefining. Like, they only care about how high they can jump, and they are fully spending all of their time trying to do the that. I think would bring a cool feeling back to it.
And even not like the most popular YouTube dunkers who are dunk artists who, have their YouTube channel. Yeah. When we were at Bulls Summerfest.
That dunk contest.
That was
a good dunk contest.
With a couple of nobodies. Yeah. Some of their dunks were better than dunk contest dunks that I've seen. Like NBA dunk All-Star Weekend dunk contests I've seen.
And all making them in the first try.
Yeah.
Not taking 65 times to get these dunks. I think, Joey, it works if you can only pick one. I think the NBA would allow it if it was just one of them. They're not going to bring in multiple guys.
Something
in
like
their
that.
League, bro.
Just against it up a little bit.
I'm not against you. Against you. But one of them guys, sure. I can see that.
Yeah, it doesn't probably not all 4 of them like being random.
They can't do that. They can't do that. That's hurting the brand.
That'd be a little weird.
Okay, so before we move on real quick, I do like that they changed it back to the old All-Star game format.
All right.
East versus West. None of this captains picking teams thing anymore.
Old school pack.
It was a televised event that like didn't really work very well. And give me East versus West, because it reminds me of my childhood when All-Star games were actually competitive.
They were competitive.
They also did away with the Elam ending, so now it's just back to being regular NBA game, 4 quarters, 12-minute quarters.
Okay.
Winner is who has a higher point total at the end of the fourth quarter.
So they're no longer doing the quarter-by-quarter charity.
They are still doing some format of the quarter-by-quarter score for charity.
That was really
that I read, but they're just doing away with the Elam ending.
Okay.
And the captains picking teams.
Right. Whoever gets the most points at the end is, kind of what you mean.
Which I love.
That's fine. But I think they should keep the ones with the quarter. Whoever scored the most points in the quarter, that charity gets, who they're playing for, gets that $100,000. I thought that was great incentive because the NBA players aren't playing for themselves anymore.
Yeah.
They're like, no, let's hook up these kids. I like that. So hopefully they keep that.
Who are you taking, East or West?
I mean, how can you pick against the West? I'm gonna give me the East. Why not?
East starters, Giannis, Embiid, who's hurt and won't play, so we'll see who the East coach puts in his place as a starter.
Jalen Brunson.
Halliburton, Dame, and Tatum. West starters, LeBron, Luka, Kevin Durant, SGA, and Joker.
Jesus Christ.
The West has Steph and Booker coming off the bench.
Good God.
Oh, and Anthony Davis and Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Both Anthonys.
Yeah.
Oh, and PG and Kawhi.
Just hanging out.
Off the bench.
Look at Tyrese Halliburton.
Whereas the East, the East starters are no scrubs.
Yeah, they got
Giannis, Hallie, Dame,
Scotty Barnes.
East bench, Bam, Paolo, Jalen Brown, Brunson, Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Randall's injured, Trae Young, and Scotty Barnes are who were the two replacements.
On paper, the East should get stomped.
Yes.
I'll say that.
Absolutely agree.
On paper, they should get stomped. I'm still going to go with the East.
I love it.
Why not?
Okay, we got to take our first break. We'll come back and talk some Bulls. Assess where this team is at the All-Star break.
Joey, first shot.
Here's a spoiler. You know where they are? Freaking competitive town, baby.
Who you got first shot, Joey? East to West game.
Giannis,
first shot. Let's go.
Coast to coast. CHGO Bulls today brought to you by our friends at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the largest daily fantasy sports platform in North America. They're the easiest and most exciting way to play DFS. It's just you against the numbers. None of those weirdos who are, making spreadsheets in their mom's basement, yelling out for more energy drinks. This is how they make their spreadsheets. It's like that meme of the cat furiously diving away. Instead of battling thousands of other players, maybe some of them are cats.
Hey.
Cracked out on their energy drinks. Maybe they're pros and sharks. Just pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 different players' stat projections, and then just watch the winnings roll in. Prize Picks is a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I especially enjoy winning up to 25 times my monetary investment during this NBA season. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less than their projected stats, and place your entry. Coby and Io, shout out to them, have been doing some good work for me on Prize Picks with their recent performances, man. Prize Picks also has a wonderful feature offering a reboot policy so your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. For basketball games, if you have a player who exits in the first half, doesn't return in the second, that player is rebooted. Prize Picks is the only DFS platform with an injury insurance policy. It's simple to play. I can make my picks and submit my entry in less than 60 seconds. When I'm doing a million things, getting ready for game time, Prize Picks is an easy one to add to the list. They offer quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types. That's what makes Prize Picks the #1 DFS app. Go to prizepicks.com/CHGO. Use code CHGO for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/CHGO. Use code CHGO. Daily fantasy sports made easy.
Oh, you like it when it's easy. You know what else is easy? Saving money and looking good. How can you do both, Dave? By rocking with Empire Today. That's how you do both of them things at the same time. Want them hardwood floors looking amazing when people walk in, they say, dang. Empire Today is who you need to be rocking with, because with Empire Today, you get the shop at home convenience, the right product for your needs, quick and professional installation, and of course, the low price guarantee. So Empire Today, it's the best place to get the floors. We always know this. To get the new flooring, we know what to go to. So of course, they're going to have copycats. They have people trying to bite at you and get that stuff from you. That's what copycats do. But Empire.
Use them tiger teeth.
Add it. Yo, I just watched that movie too.
Kick it.
Classic. But Empire can't be beaten on quality, service, speed. So competitors advertise low quality products that Empire simply will not carry. Empire won't promise the lowest prices. No, they don't do that. Because anyone who does that is putting flooring in your home that they would not put in their own. Okay? They looking out for you. Because the Empire philosophy, ladies and gentlemen, is to help you find what you need, not overwhelm you with thousands of choices and substitutes. What they leave out of the selection is just as important as what they put in. And so, of course, you know how you can do these cool things. That virtual floor designer. It's a great way to see how those new floors will look in your space, in any space. It's easy. Go ahead, pull out your phone. There it is. Click that pic and instantly see how those new floors will look in your room, in your home. Shopping for floors at a big box store can be frustrating. It's a thing. You might talk to somebody today who was working in plumbing yesterday. You know, you meeting Greg, 15-year-old Greg, just coming in. He's only been there 2 weeks, man. Starting on the hot dog stand, they said, Greg, we needed some people on this weekend. Could you help them out? Sure, I can do it. I'll help out on the weekend. And you go up there and you say, hey, Greg, man, I need these new floors, man. Can you recommend the type of wood? Wood? I don't know what it is. Get away from Greg. Stay home and do it right, y'all. Because Empire today has that convenient shop at home service that helps customers shop for floors where they use their floors. So you can see exactly what those new floors will look like in the home with the lighting and the decor so they can make an informed decision. And don't you want to make those? Don't listen to Greg. Listen to Empire today, y'all. And of course, they service their own warranties. Let me just throw that in for you right quick. They service their own warranties. Don't have to worry about Bob at the shop. No, you call Empire today, they're going to take care of it. All right? This is awesome. Trust me, it's awesome when your company services their own warranties. So schedule a free in-the-home estimate today. All listeners can receive $350 off discount when they use the promo code CHGO. You see it right there on the left side of your screen. Restrictions apply. See empiretodaycom/CHGO for details. 580 to 300. Troll Joey.
Empire.
Today.
Love Troll Joey.
I love Troll Joey.
All right, let's
move it up.
Let's talk Bulls, y'all. Let's assess where the hell this team is at the All-Star break. 26-29 is the record. 3 games under 500.
Yes.
9th in the East. You want to hear something hilarious?
Tell me.
Well, it depends on if you have a sick sense of humor like I do.
Okay.
I find it to be hilarious.
Talk to me.
The Bulls at the All-Star break are 4.5 games behind the 6th seed Pacers for that last spot above the play-in tournament.
Okay.
They are 4.5 games ahead of the Brooklyn Nets in 11th, the top team of the lottery.
Okay.
4.5 below the real big boy playoffs, 4.5 games above the teams not going to the play-in. The Bulls are crushing this not just accepting but embracing mediocrity thing at the All-Star break. It could not be more hilariously perfect than this.
The joy that you have.
You got to find the joy somewhere.
Okay.
Because in reality, I'm screaming on the inside.
Oh, I hear it loud.
I'm burning on the inside.
I read the pecking order. Oh, my God.
I mean, 4.5 back of the last real playoff spot and 4.5 ahead of the lottery. You could not orchestrate a more perfectly underwhelming, mediocre season at the All-Star break than that.
26-29. As Will tells us all the time, you are what your record says you are. That's who you are. Of course, we'll get into positive things and all those things later for sure. But this is who they are. And the frustrating part is the front office seems to be comfortable with that, with them being the 26-29 team. Hopefully, I mean, of course, anything can happen. Obviously, let me say that. Anything can happen. You get it out of the way. Let's say they get it together. They start playing better. The problem is they're going to have the huge test right out the gate because this next slew of games that they got coming is nothing nice.
They still have a long West Coast road trip ahead of them. Oh, my
goodness, man. It still happens. They still got a Bucks game they got to play.
Their strength of schedule out of the All-Star break.
Yeah, man. It's not cool.
Not kind.
Not cool, man. Not cool, NBA. Not cool. First game when you come back is going to be against the Boston Celtics, who just put up a cajillion points against the aforementioned, the previously mentioned Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, like they're in a weird situation. Just I think as we all are as Bulls fans. No matter how you feel, whether you're like burn it all to the ground and burn the ashes too, or whether you're like let's go to the play-in and see young guys actually thrive. Wherever you are, they've put us in a position where there isn't a middle ground for us, where we can just rest on right here. What we were resting on is let's go ahead and make some of these trades and get some of these guys in here, because that way we can have the best of both worlds here. You know, like you have a team that you're competing for, maybe a play-in or such, but probably not because you're a younger team, but you're still competitive. You can have the best of both worlds in that sense. And then the young guys like Coby, Ayo, Patrick, you know, whoever, Dalen, Julian, get that time. They removed that middle ground. You know what I mean? They removed that from us. So there's now just a gap and a space between it. But I don't care which side you're on. Either side it's not a fun side. You know what I mean? It's not a fun side like, oh man, we're going strictly for the play-in. You know what I mean? I'm like rooting for wins. I like winning. Like it's a fun thing to do, but they're 26 and 29. It's also not great when the team that you love, you're like, burn it to the ground and start over. That's also not a great feeling.
Rescue Coby and Ayo from the building before you burn it to the ground.
Okay.
Let's make that clear.
Yes.
I don't want it. I don't want everything and everyone.
Yeah, and Julian.
Julian for sure.
And Julian,
he's
he wants
my special
rescued
boy.
as well. Yeah.
I will carry him in my arms.
So yeah,
am I strong enough to actually do that? Probably not.
We'll find out.
I mean, he's scrawny, but he's still a big dude. Just suspend your disbelief. I will carry my sweet summer child out of that burning building.
You know what I believe you? I believe your rage will power you and carry that young man up out of that building.
I'll turn into Hulk Pack.
Yes, you will.
But I can carry as many Bulls players I want to save out of there as I want to.
And luckily it won't be many. Because it'll only be a select few that he wants to carry up out of that building.
4 tops.
Yeah. That he wants to carry. That Julian included.
Yeah.
Like that he wants to carry out of that building, man. So that's kind of where we are. I still see the value of them going to a play-in. Y'all know that by now. And that's kind of where I'm at and rooting for this team is to get these wins and continue to get better. Because that game against Cleveland was competitive, as just to mess with Matt and say those things. But I just liked it because Coby White and the way he played. And he thrived in that game to the point where you heard Donovan Mitchell talking about him after the game and how impressed he was with Coby White, his growth. And he said he's playing like he belongs here. That's huge right there. So that's the stuff I'm excited about going forward.
Me too. And I was wondering how you felt about it because I like a way to sort of just compartmentalize these first 55 games and try and figure out where exactly the Bulls are and how Bulls fans should feel about it. To me, the first 2/3 of the season had 2 big storylines. One good one and one bad one. The bad one happened first.
Yes, it did.
And it was, along with this team coming out of the gate flat as hell, seemingly broken, struggling their way to a 5-14 record in their first 19 games. Simultaneously to that, you had your underperforming, disgruntled former All-Star player, Zach LaVine.
Yes.
And the news that breaks that he's open to a trade now. Yes. Basically masking and not masking well a trade request from Zach LaVine.
Yes.
The trade request gets broken. The news gets broken. He plays a handful more games after that news breaks and looks disengaged. Looks like someone who doesn't want to be there. Looks like he's on his way to pulling a James Harden.
Yes.
And then gets hurt. And comes back after a while, plays a handful of games, gets hurt again. Season-ending surgery, done. That's headline number 1. Yeah. Headline number 2 is Coby White.
Yes, correct.
And maybe it's better for the mental health of Bulls fans that headline number 2 happened as chronologically headline number 2, with Zach's absence and Zach being cranky and the Bulls failing to find a trade for him. In that space, in that negative space, Coby ascends. And I am still struggling with where I am personally on the ebb and flow of a horrible lead story for the Bulls this season out of the gate being what it was. And this second one that's come along and kind of salvaged it a little bit. I still feel more negative than positive.
Sure.
Just because that's where I feel the team is. Yeah, it's my safe space. It's my safety blanket. I still think that the team is stuck.
Yeah.
I would have felt so much better and been able to enjoy Coby's strong play, and not even his, but Io's or whoever else's down the final stretch of the season if the front office had made proactive moves before February 8th to better set themselves up for next season and beyond.
Yeah.
Because they didn't, I find I'm having a hard time enjoying the positive storylines that are trying to salvage how awful the start to this season was.
That's fair. Bulls fan, how you Bulls fan, as you always tell me. And just to add to that point, as I've said a million times, it's not continuity, it's not competitiveness, it's constipation. Because you're doing nothing. Like Matt said, if you would, Matt said, if you got some of these people out of here and released them, you would feel a little bit better. Stuff would be moving and flowing through a little bit. Nope.
Hey, Harry, old buddy, old pal. Can I pour you a cup of tea? That's 90% Turbolax.
For God's sakes, lady!
Whatever you think will help your chances.
Man, he faced up when that woman was taking her time. For God's sake, oh my God. But yes, they need some Turbolax so bad. But they refuse to get rid of those things and free up those things because they're doing it under the guise of we want to be competitive, which is the worst thing because it's not saying we want to be competitive for a championship. We want to be competitive for a long run in the playoffs. We just want to be competitive where we are right now. And that's not good enough. It should never be good enough for people. But again, for me, there's value in actually going to the play-in, and I'm tired of saying it, but I'll say it one more time. There's value in going because of the young guys. And that's the main 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 reasoning for me is Coby White, is Dosunmu, is Patrick Williams, and allowing those guys to get those opportunities in that kind of environment. I want that to happen for them. So that's what I can root for and hope for that they can get. Hope I can sit there and root for a miracle to happen that they actually get to the playoffs because if they go, they're getting stomped. We all know this. Whoever they play. Whether it's hopefully it's not Boston. My God, I hope it's not Boston. But if they play a team like Cleveland, that could be a cool series. You know what I mean? You're still getting out of there in 5. You know what I mean? But that could be a cool series for a guy like Coby, you know what I mean, who already has shown, he can gain some kind of respect from some of those players. But I feel it's good for those young guys to get that experience. It's not good for guys who are like DeMar DeRozan or Nikola Vucevic or the rest of the veterans that are on the team, which makes this not make any sense. Or Alex Caruso, you know what I mean, who is strictly a guy you bring in when you're here to make deep playoff runs and you're making deep play-in runs. There's a difference. He shouldn't be making deep play-in runs, which is why you should have been traded up. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Like I said, we're standing at the same fence, which is kind of like standing on opposite sides. Like we're both at the fence of we understand this change and things need to happen, but for the rest of the season, we're just standing apart as far as what we want to see how this season ends.
Let's put a pin in that. We will take our second short ad break. We'll come back to wrap things up. People in the chat while we're reading these ads, you know what to do, hit the thumb. But also, throw us how you're feeling. What do you want to see from the Bulls in these final 27 games? Where are you right now as the Bulls hit the All-Star break? And yes, also, if you aren't already, subscribe to that CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Big Dave, do you want to talk about ComEd with me real quick?
Matt, talking ComEd with you would just do wonders for me.
I'm glad.
But for some reason, I can't see it on mine right there. So
that's
I think
okay.
I'm going to share that.
You want to cheat? You want me to cheat this out a little bit?
With Matthew Peck.
I tell you what, Dave, it's getting easier for businesses to switch to electric vehicles.
Yeah.
It's something we can all get behind.
That's true.
For the health of the planet and for the well-being of all of us who share it.
This is true. The electric grid is evolving to meet your cleaner energy needs as we all move with confidence towards an electric tomorrow. Whether you have one delivery van, Lisa, or whether you have a fleet of shipping trucks,
George,
ComEd
Martin.
can help guide you. ComEd can help guide you to make the changes that make sense.
So what should business owners do, Dave?
Well, let me tell you right now, Matthew Fact. Go to ComEd.com/clean to learn more about the resources, fleet rebates, and infrastructure incentives available to help businesses go electric. If you own a business, as Matt always says,
Good for you.
and also do not wait. Start making your plans today to switch to electric vehicles. Good for business, good for the planet, good for all of us. Go to ComEd.com/clean.
Did you say ComEd.com/clean?
I did say ComEd.com/clean. Go now and see how going electric connects us to a better way of doing business and a better future for generations to come. Shout out, Baby Joey.
Hey. All right. Wrap it up. Shout out to a few people in the comments. Renato showing some love from Brazil.
This is Brazil.
Saying love Coby, love Matt and Big Dave.
Shout out.
Debo the Black Panther shout out saying we quote competing, y'all. Yes, that magic word.
Hey.
Rob saying Big Dave's optimism is great. I see a bit of light in the distance from my house in the Peck Sentiment Estate. Yeah, Rob's living at the Peck Estate.
Oh yeah, he's there.
Of skepticism, bitterness.
Listen, I got some vacancy in my hand. I don't know if it's vacancy in yours, but it's vacancy in mine for sure.
No vacancy. Dave, sometimes I just feel like I wish you could heal me because I'm heartsick.
School of Rock.
In
A minor G.
You're going to be a
Between
funny
the
little...
lines, AK.
Go ahead, Joey. Sorry.
No, I was just continuing with the quotes of School of Rock.
Okay.
It's a great film.
It is a great film.
We voted, Dewey. You're out. This is Spider. He's replacing you.
Okay, I just want to tell you the song guy are lame. Okay.
You're going to be a funny little footnote on my epic ass.
Epic ass. Did you know that the actor who played Spider in School of Rock is now, I believe, a Texas state senator or
correct.
state legislator
Good
of
for
some
him.
kind?
Good for Spider.
Yes.
Shout out Spider. Wow, you're hot.
And yeah. Dude
you
got
warm?
it on with Joan Cusack.
Right. Are you warm?
Are you warm? I am the principal.
I'm furious.
Oh, man. Can y'all tell it's the Thursday entering All-Star break? Bulls are running on fumes, and so are we.
I see you, Drewish. Let's rock today.
Cats pajamas, man. You're the bee's knees. Dwayne Knight in the comments asking, saying, great podcast. Thanks, Dwayne. Would you want to push for the play-in, or do you want a top draft pick? Seeing as how the Bulls own their first-round draft pick in 2024, did not in 2023.
They did not.
They don't coming up in 2025.
They don't.
Lightly protected, but assuming they stay the course on competitive, that pick's going to San Antonio.
Yeah, it's out of there.
You got a first-round pick now in 24. Make it count. Would I be upset as a Bulls fan if they lose every single one of their remaining 27 games? No.
You won't do that. No.
It would be hard to watch.
Oh God.
Always thinking about the greater good.
God, that would be just ridiculous to watch.
I would feel so heartbroken and heartsick for Coby and Io and the few people on this team I still care about.
The four.
Fish saying, I'll take the pick, thanks. I mean, look, saying you would want to see this team lose out for the sake of their draft positioning and actually watching that unfold are, I think, two different things. Yeah. Even for me, someone like me who's saying, hell yeah, man, lose out. Prove this front office wrong because this ain't competitive and it's not good enough for Bulls fans. But that's just me.
Gonna end up with 9.
Nah, dude, 7's the magic number.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, yeah. Everybody loved those picks at 7. Oh, we couldn't get enough of them. You loved 4. Oh, yeah. You loved it. You couldn't wait. No, man. Just play with what you have. Keep going. This is the other reason I'm okay, because it's what AK is. You know what I mean? Like, he wants to be this dude that continues to get these wins to go to a play-in and not be a guy who feels like he could pick well in the draft. So I'm not going to make him try to do something that he keeps telling me and showing me that he can't do. which is draft high. And he's said it a million times, Matt. I don't like drafting high. He said that. I don't like drafting high. I'm more comfortable drafting in the middle. I hope it doesn't mean you're more comfortable being in the middle, which is kind of where we are, which leads to basketball. Hell.
That is basically what AK said at his press conference on deadline day.
That's what he said.
We're in the middle, and we love it. We're proud of it.
Yeah.
Why are all of you upset?
Did the Howard Dean when he did that. Oh, my God. Yeah. But, but dude, like, yeah, man, just continue it out as it goes. They don't have the players on their team that are going to go 0-27. They just don't have that kind of team. Not with the DeMar, not with the Alex Caruso, and those kind of guys on your squad. You're gonna win. Unfortunately, guys, you're gonna win some games with those players on the squad. Again, my whole point had been you would still be the same kind of squad even without those guys on your team. You still be a playing team. Mm-hmm. So, excuse me. So that's why I felt like they should have been going. But we are who we are right now, 26-29. They clearly have their goal, which is to be competitive, as he keeps saying, at nauseating factors. But they want to be competitive and go to the play-in and see what happens. That's the ride we on, guys. That's the ride we on. And I'm just going to ride it with them.
This ride sucks.
The teacups.
Abba, you my only friend. Jake in the comments said, I don't understand wanting to trade Zach. Super dynamic. At worst, a great wing guard. Seems like we just turned on him. Not the Bulls' fault they can't tell ass from elbow.
I feel like it was mutual.
I do too.
Okay.
And here's the thing. I don't necessarily think that any or all of the points you made there are wrong, Jake. I think a lot of Bulls fans have turned on Zach at this point.
Sure.
Those and some Bulls fans never believed in Zach. Never wanted the Bulls to sign Zach to that contract.
Very true.
And I know because plenty of them watched our podcast.
Yes, they do.
And still bring it up.
Shout out to y'all.
Because we were on team. It's not great, but it's still the best of your shitty options.
Yeah, he's good.
I think that it has gotten to a point now where it is too far gone. I think the relationship between Zach and his people and the Bulls is we need this divorce to happen.
Yeah.
And it will happen.
Yeah.
I think it's still trying to figure out a way that Zach LaVine can fit into whatever the next version of the Bulls are is wasting time. It's wasting breath. It's wasting brain space.
Agreed.
It sucks that his trade value has done nothing but fall.
Yeah.
For the past 6 months.
Yeah.
It's the reality. It sucks. It doesn't mean they're not going to trade him. Yeah. I still think they just postponed trading Zach at this deadline with that injury news and everything else, and they're going to try again. They're going to call 29 teams this summer, or at least they freaking better, because it's their goddamn job, and try to work out a deal.
Yeah.
To get Zach somewhere else and to get something in return.
Yeah. They have to. The relationship is soured. It's over. I think Zach has made it clear. I think the front office has made it clear. If they could trade him today, he would be gone. Yeah. Like, if they could have, they would have, guys. Yeah. Like, honestly, like, that's the sense of it.
I think Wendy said it a couple weeks before the deadline on one of the NBA shows or his pod. I think it was NBA Today. He said, if the Bulls and Zach were like, if there was a team out there that gave the Bulls that whatever fill in the blank offer for Zach LaVine, he would be on his way to the airport within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
going.
He wants the trade. The Bulls want the trade.
Yeah.
They postponed trying to find it until the offseason.
Right. He said that in reference to when they were starting to turn it around a little bit.
Right.
When he first went out.
Right. It was
like, did they really go for it?
Yeah.
And he was like,
no.
I think the Bulls would trade him now.
It's over. The marriage is over. They're just going through the legal process.
Sorry, kids. Yeah. Gotta pick
mom and dad ain't getting back together.
Yeah, gotta pick who you're gonna live with, guys.
Yeah, you do. We gotta get out of here. We gotta wrap a little early. Our guy Joe, even though he mentioned it on last night's postgame, forgot about the timing of his Valentine's dinner. So he's gotta run.
Got to do it right, man.
Gotta do it right.
Can't get in trouble with the missus.
And also, we got to run.
And I appreciate you guys for,
appreciate you, man.
Being so flexible.
Back-to-back shows today, which is fun.
And I appreciate Bulls Nation for rocking with us and for understanding, my predicament.
There it is, baby. Everybody understands. can't break or be late for those Valentine's dinner plans.
Bring us
baby.
some thumbs.
Hit that like button for our guy Joe. Hit it if you appreciate the content. Hit it if you're a Bulls fan who's thinking optimistically, like our guy Big Dave here.
Or negative.
Yeah, hit it if you hate us.
Or hit it if you hate me.
Yeah.
I love that.
Either way.
I am nourished by your hatred. Monday, y'all will have a pre-recorded episode fresh from us that we just recorded just now. AMA questions from our diehards hanging out in the CHGO Discord.
Fun show.
Appreciate you for asking us questions. It was a really fun show. Be sure to tune into it. It'll drop on YouTube and in our podcast feed on Monday, coming out All-Star Weekend. And then Friday, tomorrow,
Yes.
you all have an HQ coming for you from Will and our guy Mark K.
Yes.
So plenty of content still on deck despite All-Star Weekend and the Bulls not having anyone there.
It's a no-go.
In the meantime, follow our guy Will the Goat, Will_Golly, Mark K, MK Hoops,
Yes.
our pound producer Joey
That's
Spathis.
him.
Double time. He's a hardworking young man. He is at Joey Spathis. Big Day. Bow. BWL Sports. Bow. Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls, and we are going to forget the Bulls exist for a few days. At least I am.
Enjoy your vacation.
Y'all have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. See you, Red. Be good.
Peace.
We all silly like